Okay, so let's continue working on this plumbing project. And I left off with cold water. And looking at this bathroom, the blue line is the cold water and the red is the hot water. And this is a water heater, so that's the water heater, and the hot water and the cold water is going around. So I'm supplying the left side of this bathroom with cold water, and on the right side I'm going to use my pipe that's in the ceiling to go over. This is a 1-inch because I'm going to supply this washer and dryer, or the washer and this water closet, with a 1-inch pipe. Okay, and along with these two lavatories. So this is going to be a 1-inch, and because it's in the ceiling, I'm going to need to go over and drop down. Okay, so I'm going to cancel out of that. So I'm still in the ceiling. I'm going to drop down. Let's go over just a little bit. Go here, and what I'm going to do is drop down to maybe 5 feet. Let's go 5 feet. I think I'm going to have to go here and then 5 feet and continue. So I change my middle elevation and I extend my pipe over. And what you're going to see in this area is the pipe dropping. So that's the fitting. There's 2 fittings here where the pipe is dropping, and that's going to, I'm going to connect my washer into this cold water, and I'm going to continue the 1-inch to my water closet, and I'm going to, after that, I'm going to change that to a 3/4 inch. Let's see if Revit lets me do that. Let's go, I'm going to go here and connect into cold water system, which is this guy. I'm going to say okay, and it's asking me which pipe do I want to connect into. I'm going to say this cold water. Okay, so it let me do that. Sometimes when you use that tool, Revit will take it to the farthest end, so you have to be careful. I'm going to undo this so I can demonstrate what's going on when I make that assumption. Okay, so I can bring it back here. Maybe let's go out just a little bit more. Let's see if this is going to work. So I'm going to connect into here, say my cold water, say okay, and say yes. Okay, so it didn't do it that time, so I'm not going to try. I'm not going to try it again. What I will do is change that 1-inch to a 3/4 inch. I should change it to a 1/2 inch. Let's just change it to a 1/2 inch. And go all the way around to pick up those 2 lavatories. Let's go here, go here. I'm going to bring this. Can I bring it in some? Looks like I can. I just want to bring it in just to make it a little bit more clear about what's going on. And I'm going to use connect into again for my lavatory, connect into cold water. I'll say okay and choose this guy. The same with this lavatory, and connect into cold water. I'll say okay and yes. And everything seems to be working out pretty good, pretty good, pretty good. Now for my washer, I'm going to use the same technique or same process. Connect into, and I have cold water in here somewhere. It's a 3/4 inch. I'm going to say yes. It's asking me which one, and I'm telling it that guy. And I'll do the same with the hot water. Okay, so hot water, connect into, hot water, round, yes, and choose that guy. And everything looks okay for this is the water plan. There's a sanitary plan also, and it looks like I'm going to need to connect into. Okay, let's see if it's okay. It's pin. I like to pin all of my fixtures just in case they move. Okay, so the sanitary is here. These little icons, I guess you can tell that if it's a trap, then you know it's sanitary. So it could be sanitary. Well, it's sanitary. It could be. There's many different sanitary systems. So yeah. So if it's a trap, then you know that it's sanitary for the icon. So I'm going to use that. Let's go back and let's start over and go here. Draw my. Let's try this again with a steady hand. Let's try this again. Let's go here. Draw my pipe out. Okay. I'm going to go here, but I need to change the system. That's just plump sanitary, but I need to change it to the system I created, which is sanitary building. Okay. So I'm going to need to put a trap into this washer. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to use my my section view, so I can go down and put a trap in, come back up, and align it with my sanitary main pipe. I think that's a 3-inch or 2-inch. Okay. I need to do something. I don't want that to change like that. So I'm going to make this run a 3-inch all the way out. Let's see. Well, it's a 2-inch. Okay, let's look at this. Let's see where we are. Okay. Oh, I see what's going on. Okay. Okay, so let's go back to sanitary and rotate in place. So I want to rotate in place here and go here, make that a 90 degrees so I can see what's going on. And we can make this just enough highlighted so that we're not all over the place. Looks like I'm going to need to show that view. Let's go back. Let me slow down a little bit. Section 1, that's section 1. Okay. And we are here. You see all of this information, and what Revit does when you highlight it in plan view and you go to your section, it's highlighted in your section view. That's why it's always a good idea to highlight before you go into your section view. Because if you're looking at this section and thinking, oh, okay, well, there's my pipe that I need to modify, and when you go to the section, that always makes it easier, huh? A lot of times you're going to be at like a bird's eye view, looking at most of your levels and most of your whatever section that is that it's representing. Okay, but as you can see, it's not being highlighted. So that's why it's always a good idea to highlight before you go into your section. Go into your section and you see that it's highlighted here, you can go right to it. So what I'm going to do is bring it out just a little bit so I can make sure I get enough. Go here, and what I'm doing is I need to create a trap coming off of the washer, and I have to do it like that. And that's a 2-inch, and that's why that other that's a 2-inch. So what I'm going to need to do is go back. Let's look at the 2-inch. Let's just bring it into view in my section. Okay, so we're here, and if let's go back some. Let's go back, and I can go back I can make this guy come up. And another tool that you will constantly be using when you modify it is going to be this align tool. You're going to align here, align here. I'm going to bring this back out. Okay. And now I'm going to need to align this is the vertical. I'm going to need to align in the horizontal. Okay. So can do the same. I want to align pipe 1 with pipe 2. And now that both degrees of freedom are satisfied, I'm going to connect those two. And if you can see that, okay, so that's how you can pipe up your water closet. I mean your washer. And let's go back. I wanted to do that. I don't think I'm going to use this floor drain. In the original plumbing model that comes with the sample, there's no floor drain. So I think I'm going to continue with their trying to duplicate as much as I can. I may introduce other systems or another way of doing it. The piping is not going to be exact, but I think I'm going to not have this floor drain. So the floor drain is here, and that's my shower. So I'm going to cut this piece off, cut that off, cut that off. I don't know why I did that twice. Let's do this and delete. Okay, text. I'm going to reset that. And what I'm going to do now is choose this and tab so that all of this information is being deleted. Okay, so the pinned object, I need to unpin it. Now I can delete it. And back here, I'm going to put a cap on this. It's probably a 3-inch, right? 3-inch. Let's go here. Okay. Okay, now let's go back to sanitary. No more water closet. And that's all trimmed out. And have my cap here. Looks like everything is good. And the riser is here. Okay, that's the riser. So let's go back to the water system. Did I finish water? Looks like I finished. Okay, so let's look at this guy. Okay, so wow. Okay, yeah, no, yeah, looks like everything is done. Okay, okay. So now, I guess the only thing you can do now is what I was gonna do. Wait a minute. Category. If I just want to not tag these with the leader, that one's okay. But this guy, it should. When you'll come across something like this, where I want it to go in line with this is a vertical pipe, this is horizontal, just looking at this plan, but it's not changing. So to correct that, you have to go into this family, and when you edit that family, what you'll see on the right hand side on your properties palette, what's not happening is that the rotate with component is not checked. Okay, so I checked that, and I'm going to save or load it back into. Wait a minute, let's save it first. Before I do that, let's save as family. And I'm going to save system and size and system. Let's save that. Let's say OK. And let's let's load it back into the project, overwrite, and it should change. Yeah, that's what I want. And create similar. Okay, that's a 1 inch. And we got a 1 inch. Okay, so you can go in and tag those however your office standard is. Or so either some companies don't like the diameter symbol. They like the inch symbol. And some companies like both diameter and the inch symbol. So it depends on your office standard. But to orient, you always want to make sure that rotate to component is checked when you have your when you put it in your annotation for your piping, because they will be changing orientation often. Okay, so I'm just resetting this. So it looks like everything is done. Hot water, cold water, everything is being supplied, and then in the sanitary, and I may put in individual vents. So I know the original doesn't have it like that, but I like to use individual vents. So so if you can see, if I go into the original project, and what's happening is the original project has the sanitary going from the shower over to the water closet. And the rest of this looks like it's more identical than anything. And you see that there's no floor drain. So I'm trying to make it as close as possible, but I'm putting my little twist on it. I'm not going to make it identical. So let's undo that. So I think I'm going to stop here and continue with this project, this fun project I like. So this, where are we? I think this is going to be a description. I'm going to put a description for washer / D. I'm going to see where I am. Is it a type mark? Okay, so it's a type mark. So when I come back to my washer, I'm going to edit that type and put the type mark in here. I'm going to say washer dryer. Let's put it like that. Elements have duplicate. Okay, so I'm going to cancel. So somewhere there's a duplication going on. So I have to find out where that is. So because this is another, I have to call it WD-1. Let's do that. Let's call it WD-1 because there's another WD-1. Let's call it that. Okay, and create similar here and move that outside. So that's the washer dryer. Okay, guys, I hope that helped, and I will talk to you guys later.